Welcome to episode 372 of the 2-Minute Warning. Breaking news, Carson Wentz has been traded from the Philadelphia Eagles to the Indianapolis Colts. I'll be going over what that means for the Colts, what that means for Carson Wentz today in general. Before getting into that topic, question for the video: who is the all-time leading receiver in yards for the Indianapolis Colts? If you know the answer, comment it below, but if you do not, it'll be revealed at the end. But getting into this topic, love this move by the Indianapolis Colts. Me and Carson did a 6 bold predictions for the 2021 NFL season. And one of those predictions was that me guessing Carson Wentz would be traded to the Indianapolis Colts. So if you want to check out that video, clearly I got one right, so the other 5 are guaranteed to happen, obviously. But what does this mean? I love this move. If you do not know what was in the package, they traded Carson Wentz, as in them. They, as in the Eagles, traded him to the Colts in exchange for a 2021 third-round pick and a conditional 2022 second-round pick. Absolute steal, in my opinion. You didn't have to give up a first-round pick. You still have your first-round pick this year, second-round pick this year, and you're getting a huge upgrade in quarterback. Yes, there's speculation, of course. Carson Wentz has had his worst year as a quarterback this past year. Didn't look great, and he didn't look worthy of a starter. Clearly why he lost his starting position in Philadelphia. But considering who's the coach in Indianapolis, as in Frank Reich was the offensive coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles when Carson Wentz had his peak performance in Philadelphia, when he had his MVP season, when the Eagles went on to win the Super Bowl, and that was when Carson Wentz was at his best. So now that he is reunited with Frank Reich and he will be his head coach in Indianapolis, we could see peak and MVP Carson Wentz bounce right back, and I do think that is possible. Don't know if he will reach that potential, but I definitely think we will not see the same Carson Wentz as we did this past year, and I have high hopes for him. Love this Colts team all around. One of the best defenses in the league, probably top 5. Receiving core, little lacking. T.Y. Hilton is a free agent. Zach Pascal, he could catch the ball. Michael Pittman, he could catch the ball, but there's no X-factor dude. T.Y. Hilton, if they re-sign him, that's a good move, but he's not in his prime by any means. I'd love to see them sign Allen Robinson, maybe Chris Godwin. They have the cap space to make even more moves. And this Colts team, I think, could be one of the best teams in the AFC, pending Carson Wentz is the guy he used to be. He has a good running back and backfield in Jonathan Taylor, Nyheim Hines. He has a good offensive line. These are all things he did not have in Philadelphia this past year. And I think Carson Wentz, pending he is the same guy and even just has a little juice left in the tank. He's super young, same draft class as Jared Goff. I believe he came in 2016, number 2 overall pick by the Eagles. If I'm not mistaken, he's probably 26, 27. He's pretty young. He's got to be around that bracket somewhere. I think he has great potential and will take this Colts team to be possibly the biggest threat to the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC. Yes, there's other good teams. Buffalo Bills, Tennessee Titans in your own division are pretty good. Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns. You know the teams in the AFC. They're all pretty good. Miami Dolphins, another great defense. Los Angeles Chargers are emerging, but I truthfully think this Colts team is going to be one of the best teams in the NFL with Carson Wentz. I think they will make the playoffs 100%. They made it last year at an 11-5 with Phillip Rivers, and I'm not going to say Carson Wentz is better than Phillip Rivers, but I do think him pairing up with Frank Reich is such a big move that this could be the Carson Wentz everyone has been wanting to see or expecting to see, and he will take them to the promised land. If he is MVP form, if he is the same guy he was with the Philadelphia Eagles when he almost won his MVP season, saying it right now, bold prediction, will take them to the playoffs and take them at least to the AFC Championship if he's the same guy. If he's the same guy he was last year, scratch that take. But if him pairing up with Frank Reich is as good as I think it will be, great move no matter what. Like I said, you gave up a third-round pick and a second-round pick, and to me, that's totally worth the gamble. This isn't a Matt Stafford trade where you gave up, I don't want to say your entire future, but 2 first-round picks. That's a good chunk of your future. They basically just gave up a couple of mid picks that, yes, could be useful, but definitely nothing they can't take the risk on. I think this risk is much worth it rather than rolling with their backup of Jacoby Brissett. I think Carson Wentz has a lot left in the tank, and Frank Reich will be able to pull that out. And I think you get him one more receiver, Allen Robinson, like I said, Chris Godwin, like I said. You don't need the top receiver in free agency, but maybe if you could just even get Corey Davis from the Titans. Look at Juju Smith, not big on him, but I think one more big name to this Colts receiving team, and Carson Wentz is going to take a step up and might be best we've ever seen. I just don't see him being the same guy as last year no matter what. He has a completely new offensive line that can protect him, great backfield, solid receiving core. Like I said, needs work, but nothing that's much worse than the Eagles were. And like I said, Frank Reich is the biggest factor in my opinion. And the defense, not to say the Eagles defense was bad, but the Colts defense, Carson Wentz that defense isn't going to give up 35, 42 points a game, and you're not going to be seeing Carson Wentz forced to throw the ball down the field because he's down 17 points every game. He's in a great position with the Colts. Like I said, the risk-to-reward ratio is all the way there. If he's the same guy, I got him going to the AFC Championship. If he's MVP guy, I got him to go into the AFC Championship. I think Frank Reich will revamp him. I think this Colts team could be very dangerous. In the draft this year, if they don't target a wide receiver in free agency, target one in the NFL draft. There's a lot of receivers: Devontae Smith, Jamar Chase, Kyle Pitts is a tight end, but Jalen Waddle, maybe if he slips, Kadarius Toney from the University of Florida. A lot of receivers in this draft. Colts have a lot of options. They have a lot of cap space, and I think they will make some big moves, possibly take this team to the promised land. I love this move more than the Matt Stafford trade just because of how much less it costs compared to those 2 first-round picks for Matt Stafford. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Are the Colts doomed? Was this a great move? I know Carson is not happy for this move for the Colts. I think it is a great one, but let me know what you guys think in the comments. For the question of the day, all-time leading receiver in yards for the Indianapolis Colts is none other Marvin Harris, Peyton Manning's all-time weapon as an Indianapolis Colts. Thanks for watching, guys. 2-minute warning.